Hello everyone, it's Chamberlain, and today we're back in Ultimate Driving. A little while ago, I made a video here in Ultimate Driving where I took a look at the new overhaul update before it was even out in the testing game. However, now the update is actually out, and it's a lot more than just what was in the testing game, and it's pretty cool, and we are going to be checking it out here in this video. Alright, so let's take a look in the dealership here, and let's just see what it's like in the dealership. As you can tell, it's the same dealership we saw into the testing game. There are a lot of new cars. There's 22 new cars, I believe. Let me actually check that. 19 new cars. So there are 19 new cars here that we get to take a look at today. Let's start off with Audi, which is the first one. The exclamation mark basically means something has changed with it. And they have a brand new Audi S4. In addition to all the rematches, again, there are brand new cars. So, pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and go down the list now. Chevrolet. And as you can see, they have a brand new Corvette C8 that wasn't in the game before. So they have a Corvette C8, and this looks really cool. This is the new C8 Corvette. That's super cool that the C8 Corvette is already in Ultimate Driving, as well as a Silverado 3500 dually. Ultimate Driving didn't really have enough big pickup trucks, so that's pretty cool to see that they've added in some more of those. And it actually looks really big and tough, and this is a huge truck. Don't let the looks here deceive you. If I spawn it out, it is massive. It takes up the whole road. Chrysler, we've got something new, 300 SRT8. Before, they didn't even have Chryslers in this game, so here that is. Pretty cool, and you guys can check this out for yourselves, of course. This is Ultimate Driving. Ferrari, we have some big news for Ferrari. First of all, brand new 812 Superfast. This car looks super cool, and the best part about it is free. Completely free. Free Ferrari in Ultimate Driving. Which is awesome that there's just a really good, pretty quick free sports car. Look at the cash payouts here. 1,065. And that's on a free car. The F8, which is a brand new car, they didn't have this before, and the LaFerrari Aperta. That's really cool. This game needed a Ferrari LaFerrari, the Ferrari, that's literally what it means, Ferrari, the Ferrari. This is the ultimate Ferrari, and it's awesome that it's in this game. I'd say it's pretty expensive. This would take an insane amount of grinding to actually get, but nonetheless, it's a really cool car here in Ultimate Driving. As we move down the line here, we've got Honda. We've got a brand new CRX SI, which I guess it is like an older Honda. I actually don't know too much about this, but it's a pretty interesting car. Might go ahead and buy this. I want to take a couple of these cars out for a drive in the video. Integra R, Honda Integra, that's pretty neat. And then a Honda S2000, which is really cool. This game kind of needed like an S2000, and it actually it's a pretty quick car. You can zip around Ultimate Driving with this. It's actually pretty decent. Mazda here, we've got the RX7, wasn't in the game before, and that is pretty cool. And this car actually has, it looks like, fold-up headlights. So I'm going to check in this video and see if any of the cars that have fold-up headlights actually work when you turn their lights on. McLaren, brand new McLaren Speedtail. I bet this is the first Roblox game to have a McLaren Speedtail. That's pretty cool to have the McLaren Speedtail. Honestly, I'd say the Speedtail looks like a new version of the McLaren F1. I'd say that they definitely share some similar design aspects, the Speedtail and the F1. And if you compare it to the F1 GTR Longtail, you can see the similarity even a little bit more between the two. And speaking of the F1 GTR Longtail, this remesh is awesome. This looks super cool. Let's go ahead and move on down the line here. Got Nissan next up, 240SX, and again another one with fold-up headlights, kind of that 80s, 90s style sports car vibe, and the Skyline R34 GTR. Nissan Skyline, pretty cool. Ultimate Driving needed that, pretty cool. I think Vehicle Simulator already has this. I'd say that Ultimate Driving definitely now has better looking cars in Vehicle Simulator with all the remeshing. I mean, it's a different style, so I wouldn't say it's completely fair to compare them, but I just think Ultimate Driving has more realistic looking cars than Vehicle Simulator. We have Tesla, and I did say in my other video, I think I cut the part out, but I said that I thought they were going to add a Model X, and it wasn't in the testing game, but here we are. They did in fact add a Tesla Model X, and it's pretty pricey, but I might check this out in the video. Pretty cool. And then lastly, we have Toyota, and this is really cool. RAV4, and then of course, the brand new Mark V Toyota Supra. I was kind of hoping they would add this car, and it's really cool that they did. This is definitely one of the ones that we're going to be test driving in this video. Go ahead and tour the map a little bit and test drive some of these cars. I guess we'll go ahead and start with the Supra. Alright guys, so my opinion of the new Supra here in Ultimate Driving. Do a little burnout here. It's definitely not the quickest car in the game, but I'm used to driving a lot of the hypercars like the 1-to-1, the 918 Spider, and vehicles like that. Definitely not as quick as any of the hypercars. It's a pretty neat car. It's cool, and I feel like Ultimate Driving seriously needed this car, so I'm so glad that they added it in here. And I'm not going to spend like a ton of time with each car because I want to show a fair amount of cars in this video, a lot of the new cool stuff. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time with every single car. This is actually a seriously illegal turn. You're supposed to make the turn over there, but it drifts a bit. I'd say that it's definitely not super good at drifting, but it does alright drifting, and you definitely can drift the Supra. Alright, so we're actually going to go ahead and take the Silverado 3500 out for a spin. I wanted to show you guys the sheer size of this massive dually truck. As you can tell, this thing is huge. While we're here, here is the new map I was telling you about now that we're in Westover. I didn't see the buildings were remeshed. They look really cool now. All the buildings look super, super neat. Other buildings look super neat. Right here, this is the exact same. This area right here is pretty much the same. The reason that these have stayed so similar is because there's actually a secret room right in here. I made a video on that, about the secret room in there. Now, guys, I'm not going to spend a ton of my money to buy cars, and so I'm not going to be able to show you guys, like, all of the super, super expensive cars that I don't own, like the McLaren Speedtail. As much as I would love to show cars like that to you guys, I can't because I don't have the money, and I can't really grind for $6 million. That would be like an entire month's project, so I'm not going to be able to do that. The 300 SRT8, well, we'll take this for a little spin. Nothing too big. I want to show as many cars as I can, so I'm just going to say, I'm just going to give you guys my 2 cents on every car, basically. This thing is quick. For a big old sedan, this thing is quick. You can, no trouble at all to get this thing to do a burnout. It turns great, actually. It feels like a big, heavy sedan, but at the same time, it drives like it's a sports car. I'm assuming this has a V8 in it. It's got to with how quick it is. I'm not going to have any trouble getting around in something like this. And you kind of can drift, but it being so heavy, it doesn't like to. Pretty cool. Alright, it is time to check out the brand new Ferrari 812 Superfast. Now, at the time, assuming this car isn't limited, I am going to say that if you're just starting out in this game and you need a good car, get the 812 Superfast. It's pretty quick, it's decent handling, it's pretty good. I mean, it's a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. How can it not be? How can it not be a great car already? Go ahead and spawn it out, and I might spend a bit more time with this car because this is something that could actually help you guys in trying to decide on a car in this game. Handling is pretty good. You can get it to do burnouts. This is a rear-wheel drive. And it's good. It's good. It's not the fastest car in the game again, but it is plenty fast. You aren't going to have any issues being too slow in this car, and you're not going to have any issues with acceleration at all. Not the best for drifting. For being a free car in the game, this is an awesome car. I highly recommend it to all of you guys, actually. We're going to go ahead and spawn out the Honda S2000 now and take a look at the S2000. As I said, this car, you can just zip around the streets of Ultimate Driving with it. This is an extremely small car. This is the definition of a small car, the S2000. As you can see, it's pretty cramped in there. Like, my avatar has, like, almost no space. My head goes, like, through the roof. My hat does. It's very zippy. It makes the turns great. And once you've got it up to speed, it's not bad at all. When you do hit S for the brake, what it's immediately going to do is it's going to hit it and it's going to make your tires spin. And your tires are going to lock up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and buy the Mazda RX7 just because I do want to test those fold-up headlights. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. Look at this. That's cool. That is cool. Ultimate Driving devs, you have once again done a good job. Every time Ultimate Driving updates, the game impresses me. If Ultimate Driving is good, it has bugs, but not like a ton like Vehicle Simulator. Ultimate Driving impresses me. They do a really good job, and although updates take a little while to get out, they do an extremely good job with making sure everything is perfect by the time the update is out. That's pretty cool, but let's go ahead and take this for a spin since I just bought my money and since I just spent $40,000 on this vehicle. I might as well actually drive it a little bit. This is a rear-wheel drive car, obviously. Not the quickest, and I say not the quickest again because I'm used to the hypercars in this game, but it'll get you around. This car will get you around. I probably wouldn't recommend it as like a first-time car or anything, just because having a free Ferrari, I mean, you can't really beat a free Ferrari that has payouts of over 1,000 a mile. You can't really beat that for a starter car, but let's go ahead and make a little bit of a drift here. Okay, this thing drifts great too. This drifts even better than the S2000, I'd say. This is great at drifting, so no trouble there. Let's go ahead and let's drive to another spawn and let's take a look at some other cars. Alright guys, very important, I just noticed this car is a right-hand drive. So we have another right-hand drive here in Ultimate Driving, which is pretty cool. The right-hand drive cars are always kind of cool. Oh my gosh, guys, I feel like I just totally skipped over this in my video. I feel like I somehow managed to skip over this in the beginning where I was showing the new cars. We have here a Porsche 911 Turbo S. This is a really neat car, and I want to go ahead and try and really quickly grind for it. So I will be right back with this car so that I can go ahead and show it to you guys and record with it. Got some active air braking right there. That's really, really cool. That, I swear, must have just been updated today. So that is pretty cool. There's air braking in this game. I am not sure what other cars have this. And oh my gosh, if you press V, you can change the spoiler? Okay, so by pressing V, you can turn the spoiler on and off now to turn on or off your active air braking. Pretty cool. I'm going to keep the air brake on. So I think that's cool. And does it actually affect stopping? Dang, that's a quick stop. Let's try it without it and see. Okay, yeah, I feel like that actually does even affect your stopping distance. Alright, so guys, I did some grinding, and I showed you a little cinematic edit, and now we're going to go ahead and actually purchase the car here. And I'm kind of liking this yellow. I actually, this yellow. Alright, so guys, I've got to say, this Porsche 911 Turbo is a quick little car. I really like it. Handling's great. This is a really cool car. I've got to see here how much money it actually gives me here. $867. Not super bad, but there are definitely cars that pay better, including the free Ferrari. But I really like this handling a lot. This car has insane handling. And great braking, too. Okay, everybody, I've decided to really quickly switch this over to all brands and all vehicles. So I'm going to go ahead and really quickly show you guys what was remeshed. I figured might as well, this is the new update. I think, you know, the 650S GT3, I think this was remeshed. I'm MP412C. This looks remeshed as well. This was not here before. I don't believe this light on the back of the spoiler. Oh my gosh, this car, I just completely ruined this car. I need to fix it at some time. 240SX has a really realistic looking rear end. Definitely remeshed. The 300 SRT8, this is just a completely brand new car. Ferrari 360, which I actually don't own. I feel like this car needed a little bit more detail, and now that it has that, it just looks so much better. 370Z, this is definitely remeshed, you can tell on the rear end. Regular 370Z definitely has new wheels. Chamberlain 570S, always a pretty cool car. Now there's actual tread on the tires, and the brakes are very realistic. But other than that, this looks pretty much the exact same as it did before. The 675 LT, this right here, I'd say it did a teeny bit on the rear end, but 720S. The 720S, I don't believe was remeshed, except for the wheels. But the 74 Camaro, I don't think this really had any remeshing at all. Ferrari 812 Superfast, this is the new Ferrari brand new car in the game. 911 GT3 RS, GT3 997, I don't believe this had much of a remesh. Again, though, the wheels on every single car were redone, pretty much. 911 Turbo S that we now own, also really cool. I love the handling on this. It just has awesome handling, and it's really quick, as you can tell there by the 0 to 60. 918 Spider, the quickest car in the game. I think their tail lights had a bit of work done. Other than that, though, this car is exactly the same. The DB5 Vantage, they changed the color of this a little bit, and the rear end looks awesome, but unfortunately the rims aren't loading in. The Boxer, I seriously need to get this fixed. As you can tell, this has new rims, but this car, I seriously need to get my Boxer fixed. It looks terrible, I know. C63, I think this might actually be, this isn't a new car actually, but it was definitely remeshed just by the looks of it. You can kind of tell what looks remeshed, what doesn't. Koenigsegg CC GT. Ooh, the nice blue it's in now. It looks so awesome. CC GT looks awesome. It's just a really cool race car. The CLK GTR, again, an insane looking car, remeshed or not. I think it might have had a teeny bit of work done, but the rims were definitely redone. Actually, yeah, this absolutely, I take that back. This was absolutely remeshed. Cadillac CTS-V had a completely redone rear end. The Cadillac CTS-V Coupe has a remeshed rear end. The Centenario totally was not remeshed. Totally wasn't remeshed. It just always looks cool. It's always an awesome car. The 1969 Charger. This was remeshed. The rear end is awesome on here. Then brand new C8 Corvette. You can buy them on pre-order, but this car, at the time of this recording, isn't even out yet. It looks awesome. Brand new car in the game. Lamborghini Diablo GTR. This, I believe, had a bit of a... Yeah, this was remeshed. The lines up at the top are little different, and the windows are new. EB110 looks awesome with the new holes and some designs. And again, guys, this is just my opinion, what I think was remeshed based on what I've seen and me playing this game quite a fair bit. I used to really play this game all the time. This used to be the main thing I played on Roblox. Lotus Elise. The Elise looks so realistic, so cool now. This was absolutely remeshed. F1 GTR Longtail, this was remeshed. The rear end was completely redone. Ford F-150 has these big, like, heavy-duty truck rims. I have no idea why the rims are so heavy-duty on the F-150, but it was remeshed. 1969 GTO Judge looks pretty boring without the awesome GTO Judge decals on it. The R35 GTR, this was remeshed, absolutely. It looks really cool. The rims are awesome. Skyline R34, this is brand new. Golf GTI, this was definitely remeshed. They need to remesh the golf cart, make it look more realistic. H1, this truck looks like a beast now, pretty cool, but we all know how slow the Hummer is in this game. This, the Husaria, I hope I'm saying that right, looks remeshed, absolutely it is. The Apollo IE is super awesome, and I think it definitely was remeshed. That exhaust with the blue, and I think this has an even bigger spoiler on it than it did before. This was remeshed, and it looks so good. Lexus LFA, this is a total remesh, looks realistic now. Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta, a brand new car in the game. I ruined my Lancer Evo as well, but I think this was definitely remeshed. Lawnmower, I'm going to say the lawnmower actually did have a little bit of work done. It looks more smooth and rounded up here. The Tesla Model S, now the second quickest car in the entire game, as far as I know, was not remeshed that I know of. Actually, no, I don't think it had door handles before, so it might have been remeshed just a teeny bit. The 1967 Mustang, this was remeshed. Exhausts are totally different. Oh, a 67 Mustang, a real classic. And the interior, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how cool and realistic that interior is. Oh. Acura NSX, this is the new NSX. They need to add in the old NSX, in my opinion. But this was definitely remeshed, the NSX. The Coronet definitely had a remesh. It looks much better, much boxier, much like a car from that age should look. The 1-to-1 looks super realistic, super beautiful. I love the look of this car so much. The carbon fiber rims, the center lock wheels, the big tires on the back. It's awesome. Look at how big these tires are for great traction out on the racetrack. The RV, this isn't quite the same RV we saw in the testing game, unfortunately, even though I like this one. And I wonder if the interior of the RV was changed. I'm not sure if the interior was changed. The RV is so big, can't really see it. The Saleen S7, it was remeshed on the rear end. The Tahoe, I know, was remeshed. Alright, so one last thing that we need to take a look at in the game here. One last thing we need to take a look at in the game here in Ultimate Driving. Notice right here that, down here, vehicles here is new. And as you can see, you can have 2 cars spawn, and right here it tells us here. Right here, it tells us right here that we have the 300 SRT8, and you can actually remove your spawn cars if somebody stole it or something. And that's cool. Also, somebody attempts to glitch your car and fling it. That's really nice that they can't do that anymore because you can just despawn it. And lastly, we have the settings. The foliage quality actually does something now. I think you can tell if I turn it up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right off here in the shadows, right off here, if you look at the trees, if I turn it up to high, it changes just a little bit. You can change your language now. Then we have a menu that tells us game passes. We can reload them. I actually have all the game passes in this game. Pretty cool. Alright, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the brand new update. I thought the remesh cars were really cool. I like what they've done with this game very much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like, and maybe even subscribe. Goodbye, everyone.